Hello, everyone. Good morning to all the people who are living in the Philippines, and good evening, good afternoon to other who are living in outside of the world. So today, welcome back to my channel, and please click the notification bell so that you will be alerted when I post a new video. And today, my guest is Mr. Giamo.
Giamo.
Giamo,
Yes.
Giamo. Okay, Giamo. Sorry. Mr. Giamo Jackson Carter, who has spent extensive time in Dominican Republic.
Hmm.
And today we will see the similarity or so. Sir Carter, thank you for granting this interview, and uh I would like to say before I start, sir, I would like to say that I apologize if ever I will have a connection interruption because until now my connection is not stable, so I really
Hmm.
apologize in advance if I will have any connection problem that may occur during the interview, but I will try to return if there are any connection problems. So please be patient. So,
Oh
sir,
no.
let's
Uh-huh.
get started. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, please introduce yourself and tell to our viewers about your channel, your
Hmm.
travels, and journey and its content.
All right. No, thank you for having me. Yeah. So obviously, my name is Giamo Jackson Carter, and the name of my channel is also my name, Giamo Jackson Carter. And yeah, so most of the travels that people have seen me from are all in the Dominican Republic, different cities in the Dominican Republic. Like I've made videos in Las Terrenas, I made videos in Sosua, in Puerto Plata, in Santo Domingo, and Santiago. So yeah, and my channel is mostly just about sharing information about life in those different cities and in the country of Dominican Republic. And yeah, that's pretty much. I just try to give advice and try to tell people things, obviously, and also I try to include a lot of the Dominican people in my videos. So that's why you see a lot of different people in the videos and whatnot. Mhm.
Sir, have you ever visited Philippines? And if not, do you know anything about our culture, religion, or tradition? If so, please provide details.
That's a good question. No, I've never been to Asia before at all. So no, I've never been to the Philippines or any country in Asia. But what do I know about the Philippines? I do know that I know a lot of people. I think there's a high percentage of people that do speak like some level of English. I do know about that. Also, I know that like historically, I believe that Spaniards, I think, were there a long time ago. I
Yeah.
believe. I could be wrong about this, but yeah, there's some Spanish stuff going on there as well. And what else do I know about the? Also, I know. Oh, I can't remember his name right now. It's the famous boxer. He's from Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao? Oh,
Manny
Manny
Pacquiao. Yeah,
Pacquiao.
yeah. He's from the Philippines. And what
Yes.
else do I know? And the language. I should look this up before. I think the it starts with a T. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the language.
Tagalog?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Tagalog? Oh.
Yeah. That's the language, yeah. In the Philippines. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much all that I know about the Philippines, to be honest with you.
Okay. And
Hmm.
every city, sir, here in the Philippines, we have different dialect or we have different way to speak our language. So,
Mm.
like in Samar, they are Waray. So, their speak or their terms of way to speak is different. But here in Cebu, we are Cebuana. But what they are saying here, basta Cebuana mga guwapa.
Mm.
So they said that a woman from Cebu or Cebuana woman are pretty.
Oh, okay, interesting. So you're saying that there are different, like different languages, or the same language with just different like dialects and different like
Different,
places?
different dialect.
Different dialects. Okay.
Yeah. Like in Iloilo, they are Ilonggo, so they speak different than Cebu or other city. But mostly Tagalog is in Manila.
Mm,
That's
okay.
the main where the language came from or dialect came from, Manila. All the
Mm,
people in Manila are speak Tagalog.
okay.
Are you familiar with the so-called Passport Brothers movement? And what is your opinion about it, if any?
That's a good question. Yeah, yeah. So I've definitely heard about the passport, like bros, as I've heard
Mhm.
them called. Yeah. So I mean, from what I understand, I think passport bros are just mostly just guys who want to travel abroad for a variety of reasons. I think particularly when people think about passport bros, they think about as it relates to like dating, like guys who want to go abroad either to find long term relationships or maybe short term relationships. Um, Abroad. So, for example, well, obviously, when it comes to Asia, I think the Philippines is a big country for passport bros. Thailand, I think, is a big country for passport bros. In Latin America, Brazil, Colombia, Dominican Republic
Yeah.
are big countries in that realm. So yeah. So as far as I know, that yeah, just guys who are interested in dating either short term or long term abroad. That's how I describe kind of or that's how I think people describe the passport bro type movement.
Okay. The Dominican Republic is a Spanish-speaking country.
Hmm.
You speak Spanish quite fluently. Did you learn on your own or from other method? In English, widely spoken, and they are.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's a very good question. I would say that like I learned Spanish throughout the years. Like I think I started taking it seriously after high school because after high school, actually I moved to Dominican Republic, so then I had to start like learning a bit. And during I'm 28 years old, so between like after high school and now I've lived in the United States and also I've lived in some Latin American countries like Costa Rica and Peru. So I've kind of been kind of going in and out of like Spanish speaking countries. So I think because of those experiences, I was able to, and I'm not really, to be honest with you, I'm not really fluent, but I just have, uh, I would say I'm like a high beginner level, and I just
Mhm.
know the basic stuff very well. So when I talk, it seems like I know a lot, but really, I don't know that much. But yeah, and also, like I said, I spent time in Latin American countries and also here in the United States. And but when I am in the United States, usually I would use apps like there's an app called Tandem that I would use, and also like Duolingo and stuff like that to be able to continue to practice. So and also, I don't know in Philippines if WhatsApp is popular. That app, I think you guys use WeChat,
uh,
maybe.
what's up?
What do you guys use WhatsApp?
Yeah, WhatsApp, and then there is another one. There's another one, Viber, WhatsApp and Viber. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, and then yeah, so obviously, and then also I talk with like if I'm in the US, like I'll talk to like well, for example, I actually I think 3 or 4 years ago, I had a girlfriend from Costa Rica for 2 years. So like I would talk to her, all the time. So all those things help me, to know the Spanish that I know today.
And sir, that Philippines has invaded with Spanish. So that's why we speak a little Spanish here. I mean, our language, because when we count a number, we said uno, dos, tres. So there
Mm,
are some, yeah, we have some Spanish words here or dialect.
okay. Yeah, well, yeah. When you said the first phrase that you said, the last word, I think you said like guapo or something like that. When you said that, like I knew what that meant.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Guapa and guapo. So for a man, it's guapo. If you say he is handsome or
Hmm.
good looking, and then for a woman, it's guapa. So pretty and beautiful.
Hmm. Yes, it's the same well in Spanish. Yeah.
Okay. If you visited the Philippines, I would recommend you visit the following cities or places first: Manila or BGC area, Cebu
Mhm,
City, Baguio City, Iloilo City, and Angeles City.
mhm.
Please name five cities or places in Dominican Republic you would recommend for the first time visitors.
First time visitors. Okay, that's a really good
Yeah.
question. Well, I would say, well, earlier you talked about the passport bros type movement. So I would say if you're someone you consider yourself to be a part of that, or you're just a guy looking just to have a very, very fun time, good time, like the ladies and whatnot, then I would say there's a place called Sosua, which is very popular. So Sosua, it's a very small beach town, and so it's very it's very walkable. It's very easy to walk, throughout the whole town, and yeah, and it's really fun. There are a lot of tourists, a lot of foreigners there, like Canadians, Americans, some Europeans. Also, there are a lot of ladies there as well, so it can be very fun in that respect. And the beaches are very beautiful. There's Playa Sosua, there's Playa Alicia, there's Playa Chiquita. And so, yeah, so it's definitely, if you just want to relax and enjoy, maybe, you've had a stressful year working or something, that you just want to relax, then I would definitely recommend Playa Sosua. Another place that I would recommend is called Santo Domingo, which is the capital and is the largest city in the Dominican Republic. Yeah, and so I would recommend San Domingo because if you're the type of person that likes to do a lot of activities, you like to go to museums, you want to see some sporting events, you want to see some live music and whatnot, then I would definitely recommend Santo Domingo because, like I said, it is the biggest city and there's a lot to do there. And yeah, and it's just and it's a very and also it is like I said, San Domingo is the capital, so it's a proper city, but also towards the coast. Um, they have like little beaches. Not the beaches there aren't like super big, but they have some like small beaches, so you can also get that experience as well. So that's two. Another city, personally for me, my favorite city is Puerto Plata, and Puerto Plata is in the north coast of the Dominican Republic, and is very popular. Actually, Puerto Plata was like the first was Dominican Republic's first like touristic city. Like the government set it up where they wanted the tourists to go there. That was like the first kind of touristic city there. So there's a lot of history in Puerto Plata. What's really cool about it is there are a lot of beautiful beaches in the city of Puerto Plata, but also there's like a mountain, and they have
Ah, okay.
a cable. They have a cable car you can go up, and they have a statue. It's like a miniature statue of like the Jesus Christ statue in Brazil that they have on the mountains in Puerto Plata. So definitely a lot to do, and yeah, like I said, there's a lot of like nature with the mountains and the beaches, but also Puerto Plata's it's a proper city, so you can still go to like clubs and discotecas and stuff like that and have a good time. Yes. So that was three, and then four. I would say there is also. I mean, it depends. It depends on what you're trying to do, but well, I guess I would say Punta Cana. Yeah, Punta Cana is. I haven't spent a lot of time in Punta Cana, but Punta Cana is definitely a famous place. Like most people, like most celebrities, when you see them on vacation in the Dominican
Mm,
Republic, usually it's in like Punta Cana. So that's where like all the really big resorts are, and if you just want to have a resort experience, then I would recommend Punta Cana. And then the last one, fifth, like I said, it depends on what you're looking to do. For me, I spent a lot of time in Las Terrenas, and I think Las Terrenas is also one of those places that is just very relaxing. It's very peaceful. Um, it's kind of like Sosua, but without all of the excitement, without all of the ladies, we could say. So if you're just looking for more place just to relax and just have nice beach walks and stuff like that, and I would definitely recommend Las Terrenas. So those are the five places I would recommend for people going to Dominican Republic.
okay. Okay. You spoke about, I mean, you mentioned about cables or so. I think what you mean is zip line. I think
Zip. No, 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 no,
zip
no. It's
line.
not a zip line. It's like a cable car. I might be using the wrong term, but it's like, how can I explain? It's like you go inside this like I don't know. I don't even know. I haven't
Ah,
done it
yeah,
in a
yeah,
long
yeah.
time.
I understand. I understand that I saw it in the I saw it on the video or in the movie, and then
Mhm.
one of my friend also in Germany ride that. and I don't know where in that country, but right, cable. But you need to go in the it's a kind it's kind of box, and then it's running. Yeah, you can
Mm-hmm.
see on the
Yes.
lower area. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes.
understand. That's it. Okay. You have been going back and forth from the U.S. to the Dominican Republic for an extended period of time. Are you
Mm-hmm.
planning on visiting other countries in the future? If so, what is your bucket list? If not, why only they are?
Oh, okay, that's a very good question. So I can say in Latin America, I have been to a couple other countries. Like I've been to Peru before. I've been to Costa Rica. Actually, in December, I went to Tijuana, which is in Mexico, which is near the border of California and yeah, and California and Mexico. But in general, yeah, I really love the Dominican Republic. I don't know why, but it's just a very very special place. But if I were to visit some other countries, I think like Colombia would be a very interesting spot. Specifically, it's funny. I was talking about this with a coworker the other day in Asia, if I had to visit an Asian country, I think I would want to go either to Thailand or the Philippines. I think those are the two countries I would
Uh,
want to visit if I were to go to Asia. But for me, you never know what's going to happen in the future. But for me, yeah, I definitely just plan on trying
yes.
to focus on the Dominican Republic because I've already kind of built a brand there, and also I know some people there to work with when it comes to my videos, and also because I'm sure in all the countries I've mentioned, like investing in real estate or investing like in homes or apartments is definitely possible. But in Dominican Republic is they're very very open to foreigners like investing there. So that's kind of something that's also in my mind for the future as well. So that's one reason why I just right now I just trying to focus on Dominican Republic.
Okay. Sir, what is your marital status, age, work, and end game for DR?
Marital status. That's a good question. No, I'm definitely very single. Yeah, yes. And, and I'm 28 years old. And the in game, yeah, that's a good question. Well, like I said, I'm definitely interested in like investing in the Dominican Republic as it relates to like either an apartment or trying to set up like a couple different apartments like to like as an Airbnb or something like that. I think that could be a good idea, and obviously just continuing to try to make great content. Recently, I've been kind of gone from making. I haven't made videos in a while, but I definitely plan on coming back soon. So yeah, definitely this year like coming back to make a lot of videos like I was before. So just investing and also just continuing to build my YouTube channel. Mhm.
Okay. Okay, sorry. The Filipino woman is known for a traditional rich essential entails
Mhm.
serving the man as the king and head of the family with love, respect, admiration, and appreciation. How would you describe that they are woman, their tradition, and willingness to serve the man as king of the house, similar to the Filipina woman?
Honestly, that's a very good question. Yeah, I would definitely. And I've talked about this before on my channel. I think Dominican women are definitely very well. There are a lot of traditional Dominican women now. Obviously, in some of the bigger cities, like in Santo Domingo or Santiago, you do find more like modern women. We could say some, but in general, I would say a lot of Dominican women are very traditional. Also, I think we talk about modern Dominican women also because Dominican Republic is very close to the United States, so there's a heavy relationship. Like there are a lot of Dominicans who live in New York or in Miami, so there's a lot of crossover of culture and tradition of culture there. Anyway, but in general, I would say yeah, a lot of Dominican women are very traditional, and they're looking for that one man or that one king, we could say, for them to provide for them, and obviously they're looking, like you said, to be to take care of their man, we could say. So I would say that if you're looking for that in Dominican Republic, you can definitely find it. But you definitely have to be careful because
Yes.
I'm sure you probably I'm sure and really anywhere, but also in Dominican Republic, women would definitely also try to take advantage if you allow them to do that. So yeah.
Yeah, it's the same also here in the Philippines. If you are searching a Filipino companion or girlfriend, you must be very careful
Mhm,
because not all the Filipino women, I didn't say if in general, but not all the Filipino women are serious to be
mhm,
with a foreigner because sometimes there are some Filipina who are would like to be in a foreigner just only for money so that
mhm,
they can benefits. Yeah, but not every, I mean not all. There are
mhm,
some.
mhm. Well, I can say in Dominican Republic, there are definitely. Well, it just depends on where you go. Like I said, if you go, I talked about Sosua. If you go to Sosua, definitely, just it's a place where you go have fun, but don't try to take anything too seriously because it might not go
Okay.
very well. But in some other places, like especially like in the countryside and whatnot, or like in some of the bigger cities, is I think it's easier to find more serious women who could be more interested in a long-term relationship.
Okay, tell our viewers what is a typical um day like in DR in terms of dating or meeting a woman there.
Okay, that's a good question. Um, well, I guess for me, I would say it just depends on where, but I can say when I first got the last time I was there, I arrived in August 2021. Yeah, 2021. And actually, for me, obviously each guy is different. Some guys they prefer to meet women like in person, we could say. For me, typically it's been my case, especially as it relates to the Dominican Republic, meeting a girl like online first and then meeting her in person afterwards. So actually I was fortunate. I had been messaging a woman from Las Terrenas for almost 2 years on an app called Tandem, which is um, like a language sharing app. Like you can practice Spanish or practice English or whatever. So yeah, so when I got there, I met the girl. Let's say her name is like Yanni, and she's also in my videos of Las Terrenas. And yeah, and it was great. Like when we met, and then we started like hanging out, like just like going on
Mm,
like dates, you could say. And yeah, and the one thing about Dominican Republic is there's definitely a lot to do as it relates to nature. Like we went to like a waterfall, for example, and then there are a lot of
mm,
beaches in Las Vegas, so we went to some beaches and whatnot. So yeah, just a day to day, I would say that. Well, for me, uh, if you use like different like dating app, well, Tandem is not a dating app; it's a language app. But if you use different like dating apps like Tandem or like Tinder or I think there's something called DR Cupid or whatever, then I think you'll definitely be able to find some women who'd be interested in going out on dates. And yeah, now, but one thing I will say, which is to add to this, is that maybe unlike some American women or American modern women, we could say, a lot of Dominican women, like if you go out on 2 or 3 dates, or even four or five, and you don't like make it known that you want to be like serious or in an exclusive relationship, eventually they
mm.
won't want to like hang out with you after that. Yeah. So definitely because we like we talked about being traditional. That's because in the United States sometimes you can just kind of hang out with a girl for a couple of weeks or for months even without having to put a label on their relationship. But in DR is not like that. They want to know if it's serious or not. So yeah.
Yeah. You are in real estate business. What are the rules or restriction, if any, for buying or owning property and DR? Would you buy or own in DR?
All right, so that's good. So, well, I want to say, actually, I'm not in right now. I'm not in any like real estate business exactly.
State.
I think in my videos, I've talked about like I think I've talked about investing before, just like saying that is a good idea. Or, but as of right now, I'm not actually anything. But I do want to get into that. And so, to answer the question, yes, I definitely think it's a good idea because the government in the Dominican Republic, a lot of their rules and laws are very foreign friendly. Like they want people to invest in the country, and also if you're coming from like Canada or from the United States or from any other country, a lot of the prices are very affordable if you're looking for an apartment or even if you're looking for some of the like the really nice homes that in the United States would cost like 700 $800,000 something like that in the Dominican Republic might cost like 200 300,000. So I think that there are definitely a lot of it's definitely more affordable, I guess we could say, if you're interested in living in Dominican Republic and knowing about the culture and stuff like that.
Sir, do you have any question for me before I start, or
Oh,
I
any
will
questions?
continue? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, earlier you talked about the passport bros, like my definition. But
Mm.
let me ask you, how would you describe passport bro movement? What do you see it as a Filipino woman?
Okay, as my opinion on passport bro, I think they will come over here in the Philippines is because they are searching the true love, real love, and then they want to have a traditional companion who
Mm-hmm.
are able or who are willing to do anything for them, because maybe I am not so, I didn't say that in general, but in Western country, mostly Western women have, um, I mean, didn't treat their companion in equal, and then
Mm-hmm.
they don't take good care of their companion also very
Mm-hmm.
well. But here in the Philippines, or maybe in Thailand or Asian
Mm-hmm.
woman, they, especially Filipino woman, we are really care of our companion. Like what I said earlier on my question, we treat our companion like a king. So we
Mm-hmm.
all do everything
Mm-hmm.
for the house, even for cook food, even for to make a cup of coffee. So we
Mm-hmm.
do it for our companion. That's
Mm-hmm.
the yeah, that's my opinion on passport bro, because they really want to have a companion who are understanding,
Mm-hmm.
faithful, caring, and treat them in equal way. And then because some Western women, they would like to be independent, and then they want to work, even their husband has, or even their companion has a nice income, but they want to have their own money. But here in the Philippines, it's depend of the couple. So
Mm-hmm.
the Filipina woman cannot decide alone, so we must talk first to our companion if
Mm-hmm.
what will be the next move or the next step, if you agree that I work and then you are work also, and then we can hire a nanny for the children. But if the husband said that no, you must stay at home, so the Filipino woman must stay at home and not go to work.
Mm, okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. That's very interesting. Oh, and another
Yeah.
question I was going to ask you. Oh, hold on. What was it? Also, because I noticed I looked through your channel, and
Mm.
this is a pretty common topic as relates to like dating and foreigners and whatnot. But I just want to ask, like, what made you interested in this topic, or why is this topic important to you?
Because mostly I saw quite a lot of foreign men
Mm-hmm.
here in the Philippines, especially here in the place where I live in Lapu-Lapu. And then I think it's interesting. I interested because some foreigner have different experience to
Mm-hmm.
be in a Filipino woman. So
Mm-hmm.
there are some foreigners that scam with a Filipino woman, and then they found yeah, they are not lucky to be in the traditional Filipino woman. So there have some foreigner also experience, I mean, not good experience, bad
Mm-hmm.
experience with a Filipina woman. And
Mm-hmm.
then some of foreign guy also are lucky because they found a nice woman, and
Mm-hmm.
then who are very serious on them. So that's why it's interesting, because I would like to know every history, or what some foreigner experience with a Filipino woman. And the same
Mm-hmm.
also, I interview some Filipino woman if they want to be, and if they want to have a foreigner companion or Filipino companion, because
Mm-hmm.
mostly now I saw quite a lot of Filipina with a foreign guy. It's because there are some Filipino guy hurt them, and then mostly even they are in cohabitation for many years, but at the end, the Filipino guy search another Filipino woman or flirting to another Filipino woman. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear their opinion, their own opinion and this perspective and the way of their experience.
Okay. Okay, I understand. No, that's a good reason.
Yeah, but not all the Filipino women, sir, are lucky also to have a foreigner companion.
Mm.
There are some Filipino women are lucky, but there are some Filipino women are not lucky, especially the widow of my uncle. She married again after my uncle passed away. After my uncle passed away, he
Mm-hmm.
she married again with foreign guy. I
Mm-hmm.
think he is from France because her his family name is Boer. So
Mm.
me, I've been learning in French school, so I think it's familiar for me about the French family name. So
Mm-hmm.
and then after she got married with a foreign guy, but after they got married and then they live for I think 2 years or 3 years, but she is not lucky because her foreigner husband flirting to another Filipino woman and then always drunk, and then they argue because yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there are also some Filipino.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, I can hear you now. Uh-huh. Yes. Oh, oh, snap. Mm-hmm. Ah.
Hello, hello, hello. Okay.
Uh-huh. Can you hear me?
Uh, yeah, I hear you. Sorry,
Okay.
but
Oh,
I
yeah, yeah.
have
No, no, yeah.
connection
You were
problem.
at the part of saying that the foreign guy was like drunk and like argued a lot or something like that.
Yes, her second husband is a foreigner, and then they get married in the church wedding. I mean, they have church wedding, but after that, the foreign guy has flirting or he is flirting with another Filipino woman. He is
Mm-hmm.
talking with another Filipino woman, or maybe they go out with he go out with a Filipino woman, and then after when he stay at home, he drunk. So that's why the widow of my uncle resign as a principal at school where she worked for to go to Canada for to get rid out and
Mm. Mm-hmm.
yes, so that's sir.
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. No, yeah, yeah, yeah. I always tell guys, yeah, because a lot of guys are interested in like, going to Dominican Republic and they say, oh, I want a woman or something like this. But I always tell people, you really have to know what it is that you want because, like, because I'm sure like in the Philippines, girls who are more traditional, they want to be exclusive, very quickly. They don't want to be, wait for a long time. So, and obviously, like you said, in the Philippines, but there are also girls who just are looking for fun or looking for money or something like that. So as a guy, and I think this is why a lot of guys like the passport bro movement are like going abroad because I think in these countries, or at least like I said, like in Dominican Republic, it's easy to know because it's easy to know if a girl is more just about trying to find a traditional relationship or if she just wants your money or she just wants a quick thing we could say. So I think that's why a lot of guys like that because it's easier to know compared to the United States where sometimes it can be very very gray or in the middle sometimes. So I think that's kind of maybe one reason. So.
Okay. Sir, in the Philippines, we have some women who scam or deceive foreigners by claiming to be pregnant with
Mm-hmm.
their babies for support, while in
Mm-hmm.
reality, the father is a local Filipino man.
Mm.
They are, or can you trust the woman there 100%?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, no, those kind of games and the trickery definitely does happen in Dominican Republic. So yeah, you definitely have to be very very careful of who you're messing with there. So yeah, but yeah, definitely and there's a term, especially in Dominican Republic or like in Colombia, like the Western Union poppy. So, if you think that you've fallen like head over heels for a young woman in Dominican Republic, and but you're like long distance and you're sending her money, there's it's not a guarantee, but there's a high chance that she probably has a Dominican boyfriend that she could be spending that money on him, or that, because I don't know about in the Philippines, but in Dominican Republic, there's a high like single motherhood is very high. A lot of women, especially foreigners, meet typically have at least one child or two children. So there's definitely like a guy or somebody like in her life. Usually, not all the time, but usually. So you definitely have to be very careful because you don't want to become a Western Union poppy. So yeah.
Okay. Here also in the Philippines, sir, there are some single parents or single
Hmm.
woman,
Hmm.
single mom.
Hmm.
Even young teenager, they become a single mom. It's because they don't listen what their parents advise.
Hmm.
They would like to do what they want or something, but at the end they will regret because they go back to their parents and then said pregnant, and then the Filipino guy ran away or didn't some doubts that or tell to the woman, no, are you sure that I am the father, even if he is the only boyfriend of the
Hmm.
woman. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's happened mostly here. But if the if the parents know that their daughter is pregnant, so they cannot do anything, they cannot change it, so what they gonna do is to accept. And
Hmm.
then for me, yeah, for me, when it has happened to me, when it was happened to me, I was upset, but I told to myself, I realized why I was ashamed to be a single mom.
Hmm.
It's not only me who have this situation. So
Hmm.
I must do my best. I stay positive, I think positive, and
Hmm.
do my best to raise my daughter.
Yeah, yeah. No, and that's one thing that I will say that I could definitely uh what's the word I want to say is admirable about a lot of Dominican women, because there are a lot of unfortunate situations as it relates to, like, teen moms or single moms who are very very young and whatnot. But I will say that Dominican women are definitely very hardworking and will do really anything in order to make sure that their kids have
Yes.
what they need and whatnot. So I think that even obviously there's a debate of, like, should you date, a single mom, so for some guys. But I will say though that I think that those characteristics are definitely very what's the word I want to use, are very just I think very positive to see in a woman. So yeah.
Many Filipinas, especially single mom, prefers a foreigner because some, not all, Filipino men run after impregnating and are irresponsible. We don't
Hmm.
have the child support laws here in the Philippines like in the US. Are there
Hmm.
child support laws? And they are, and if so, are they strictly enforced?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, so actually, yeah, I did a video. I think I made a video one time. I think it was called like, why are there so many single Dominican women, or something along those lines. I mean, so yeah, and I asked a woman that, yeah, and she said kind of that I think it's similar in the Philippines, where the laws are not like very strict about forcing guys to like pay child support or something like this. Which is why you see a lot of which is why you see a lot of single women, kind of, well, we call some guys see it as like they're trying to, like, make quick money or something like this. But it's a lot
Mhm.
of times because they don't have the support of another parent, we could, or another partner. So yeah, but to answer the question, yeah, I don't, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't say for sure, but from what I've heard, that yeah, the child support laws are not like strict.
Okay. And sorry, the Philippines is in Southeast Asia, and most
Mhm.
foreigners are given a 30-day tourist visa,
Mhm.
which can be extended for a maximum of 36 months. The they are is in the Caribbean. What are the visa requirements, short and long term? Are
Mhm.
Americans treated differently for visa extensions?
Mhm. Oh, no, that's a great question. Yeah, so like, for example, the last time I was there for like a year, I think 3 months, And so yeah, so I got there with the tourist visa, which I think the tourist visa is like I think 30 days. Now if you go over the tourist visa or the time for the tourist visa, what they'll do is they'll just fine you. So when I left, I think I had to pay like maybe $150 or $200 or something like that. So the fines really aren't that bad. I think like if you stay there for like 10 years, I think you have to pay like I don't know. It's like maybe $4,000. I don't know. It's really not that like it's not like a crazy number. So because like I said, Dominican Republic they definitely want foreigners in the country. Now if you do now, I don't know all the steps, but it's definitely possible to get like your residency because I know someone that's gotten their residency before. I think you have to be in the country for like 5 years or something of that nature. So yeah, so it's definitely steps if you do want to be there legally. However, if you don't, then the fines really aren't like that crazy. Now, if you say there's treatment, I know obviously with Canadians and Americans are like you just get a fine. Now I will say, and this is a whole another topic, the treatment of like of Haitians between Haitians and Dominicans and it relates with immigration laws is very very different. They're much more strict and it's very very different in that way. So that's something that is a bit
Okay.
different. Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir, and they are if ever a foreigner married of a Dominican woman,
Hmm.
a Dominican woman can apply petition to the foreigner so that he can have a permanent residence.
Ah, that's a good. I haven't heard of that particular case happening, but I want to say that I'm sure that it would definitely like help. I think I watched like a video about that. Yeah, so I think there's definitely a process that if you get married to a Dominican woman that you can start to get your Dominican like residency or like citizenship. So there's definitely a process for that. I don't know the details of that process, but there's a process for that. Yeah. Mhm.
Ah, okay. Same here in the Philippines because if a foreigner married a Filipina woman
Mhm.
and then the Filipina woman apply a petition of her foreigner companion, her
Mhm.
foreigner companion will have a permanent residency. But there will be a three procedure for that.
Mm.
The first thing is they will go to immigration and then there will be an interview, but the immigration will give to the foreigner 6 months for to stay. I think, yeah, the first is 6 months, and
Mhm.
then after go back before 6 months. The foreigner and his Filipina go back to immigration, the second interview again, and then the immigration will give to the foreigner 1 year stay.
Mm.
1 year staying, and then after the third interview, it will be the third interview, and then it will be the time that the foreigner um, receive his permanent residency. But there is also another requirements. They need to have a joint account here in the Philippines
Mm.
for them to apply a permanent residency. It's a requirement in the immigration.
Mm. Okay. Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
if I ever go want to marry in the Philippines, now I know the process.
Yeah, and then if the foreigner have his permanent residency here in the Philippines,
Mhm.
what he will gonna do is only renew his ACR card or
Mhm.
alien certificate residency card every year. He doesn't need to renew his visa every 3 months or extend his visa every month. So he will renew as long as he will receive his permanent residency. He will just only renew one time in a year for his ACR card.
Oh, okay. That's
Mm,
convenient then.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, sir, I interviewed Venus Sperling, the trial attorney and advocate for Black men.
Hmm.
He really loves and recommends the DR for retirement. Do you know him? And would you strongly recommend the DR as a future home? Why or why not?
Oh, okay. That's a good question. Yeah, that particular gentleman, I haven't quite heard of or seen any of his videos before, but I definitely would agree with him. Yeah, I think the Dominican Republic is a great place to retire. Like when I was there, I saw a lot of retirees. I mean, but I mean, not just like African American men, but just like from Europe, from Canada, from a lot of different countries. That especially in Las Terrenas, I saw a lot of retirees. Also in Sosua, you see a lot of retirees there as well. So I mean, I think it's great. I mean, there are many reasons, but a couple just the weather is always hot for a whole year. I mean, there is a hurricane season for like 2 months, but I mean, other than that, the weather is really great. Like I said, the affordability is amazing. And then
Yeah.
the third reason, it's just I think it's just more peaceful, and the people there are a little bit more like talkative, a little bit more friendly. So you know, and also I guess you could say compare the United States specifically for Americans. There's like I don't know if you know, but in the United States there's a lot of like random like mass shootings and stuff like that you have to think about. So in Dominican Republic, that's not as big of a problem there. So that could be another reason.
Mhm. I see. And sir, you know that you speak English very well. You are fluently speak English, and then I understand your English because there are some foreigner that I can't understand English because it seems like they eat the words, but you pronounce it very well, and then you speak English very well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, yeah. Also, when I was in Dominican Republic, like this past year, like, oh, and I've been doing this for like past 4 or 5 years. Like, I teach English online as
Mm,
well. So, speaking, articulating my words is like very important when you teach English. So yes.
yeah. Hey, sorry, do you have any question for me? Please ask any question if
Any
you may have.
questions? Trying to think. Well, I guess a question that I do have, because obviously, we talk about in the Philippines, you were talking a lot
Mm.
about foreign men going to meet Filipino women. Have you ever seen? Are there any cases of where foreign women are trying to meet Filipinos or Philippine men?
Here I saw it, but not so much.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, there are some Filipino guy who are in a foreign woman,
Hmm.
and then yeah, but not so much. I saw it on TV, and then some of them also are vlogger, and then but there are some Filipino men who are in US or in other outside of the Philippines.
Hmm.
They work in other country, but they met a foreign woman there and in the
Okay.
place where they work. But here in the Philippines or mostly in my country, I didn't see quite often to a foreign man, a foreign woman to be in a Filipino man. I don't see
Okay.
it.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. And my last question, I guess to you is, like I said, in Dominican Republic, a very popular place for
Mm.
single travelers is Sosua. And tell me, in the Philippines, is there a particular city or a beach town that's very popular with, I guess, let's say single travelers or with men or just anything like that in general?
Okay, I think, sir. I don't know exactly. I know some different places or beaches, but
Hmm.
I've never been there. But I think on all the city or province and for the Philippines, it's a good traveler for single. But for
Mm.
beaches, I think it's good in Palawan, Palawan, Boracay, and Bohol, and Iloilo also, Camotes. There is also different beaches in Camotes. Here in Lapu-Lapu, there are different beaches and resort
Mm.
here in Lapu-Lapu. And north part or south part of Cebu, Camiguin, there is a nice beaches in Camiguin. In Leyte, there is a white sand in Leyte that
Hmm.
we call them Kalangaman. So it's a white sand where is a middle on the sea, and then you
Mm.
can ride boat for to go there. So I think for a single traveler, it's I recommend all the city or the province or all the country here in the Philippines is
Mm.
are
Okay.
good for travelers. But if they would like or if they are seeking a companion or if they
Mm.
would like to live here, especially retirement people, I would advise them to visit or make a research to visit different places or different country different city in the Philippines so that they will
Hmm.
know and they will learn the culture and then the way of Filipino people living, and then because And every city here in the Philippines, we have different culture, we have
Mhm.
different festival. So better that they make a research on that before, so that they can decide where place or what city they really would like to stay permanent in the
Mhm.
Philippines.
Okay. Okay. No, that's nice. Okay. All right. Cool. Very good. But yeah, other than that, yeah, no, I don't really have any other questions. Yeah.
Okay. In the Philippines, we have to buy medical insurance with limited coverage. Cash is required if not covered by insurance. And you can't leave the hospital until all bills are cleared, dead or alive. What is medical coverage like in VR? And is it expensive? Are you covered? Any recommendation for coverage?
That's a really good question that I really don't know. I really don't know because well, when I was in Dominican Republic, I didn't have any like medical issues and whatnot, so I never really even like experienced anything related to that. I will say that I think it's probably pretty similar to what you just mentioned in the Philippines. I don't really know, and also I don't really know anyone who had like any extremely bad issues with with like injuries or like sicknesses or something like that. So I really can't speak too much on that because I haven't had any experiences like that.
And sir, would you consider yourself a player, smooth operator, or a man who are just looking for the right woman and exploring aggressively until you can find your permanent mate? Please
Mm.
explain.
That's a very interesting question. Yeah, no, I would definitely say I'm not a player at all. Not really. I think for me, the way I look at it, I'm just looking just to build myself up, to continue to grow
Mhm,
myself and try to make myself the person that I want to be. Yeah. So,
mhm.
and until I get to that point, or once I get to that point of where I want to be or where I envision myself being, then I think I probably look for like a serious, long term partner at that point. But as of right now, then, but no, I'm definitely. I would say, I definitely like to have fun with different chicas and whatnot. But once I reach my goal of where I envision myself being at, then at that point, I would probably look for a serious relationship.
Okay, sir, what criteria of a woman that you want to be your mate?
Oh, okay, that's a very good question. Yeah, and that's something I definitely think about often. Yeah, I would say I would say just somebody who has something going for themselves. I think that's very important. Like that she's doing something. It doesn't have to be a lot or like so, but like even if she starts her own like a small business or if she's working, I think that's definitely something that's kind of important. And then also I think someone who's just has good character, good like qualities, good characteristics. Humble, respectful, yeah, so stuff like that. I think to me that's really the most important thing. I think just that for me at least, that and someone looking for a serious girlfriend, that she has something going on for herself, and just that she's respectful, humble, and has those type of qualities.
Okay. Sir, do you have any trouble breaking up with a they are woman? Here, it may or may not end well and have consequence.
Breaking up. Yeah, I will say that I don't want to say I've like had a proper like breakup, but yeah, sometimes like if you try to distance yourself, you'll receive a lot of messages, a lot of extra calls that yeah. So it can be difficult. I think yeah. Like I said, I haven't had like a proper like official Dominican girlfriend, but yeah, I imagine it could probably uh be pretty difficult to do that, to break up. Yeah.
Sir, when you will have a Filipina companion, there are Filipina attitude about tampu. Do you hear about tampu? There are some foreign bloggers speak about tampu of a Filipina woman. Tampu is
Oh,
upset.
okay, upset. Okay.
Mm.
Uh huh.
And sir, any closing comments, question, remarks before ending the interview?
And no, other than just, I just want to say thank you for having me. It was great to be able to talk about Dominican Republic, and also it's great to learn about the Philippines. And also, I guess I just say that yeah, if you're interested in well, just in general, whether it be the Philippines or Dominican Republic or another country, if you're interested in traveling, then definitely I would say definitely do it, because I think it's a great opportunity to learn about new cultures and new people. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say.
Okay, and sir, that's the end of the interview, and thank you
Mhm.
so much for the interview. I will put the link of his channel in the video description, and everyone, you can compare the DR to the Philippines for those viewers who cannot handle the arduous journey to the Philippines. So, sir, thank you so much for grant my interview and to be on my channel. And if ever you would like to interview me on your channel so that you can see or you can hear about Filipino opinion, perspective, and what
Mhm.
happened here in the Philippines. So
Mhm.
just let me know if you would like to interview me for your channel. And
Mhm.
yeah, so okay, sir. Please subscribe, Sir Jamo. I think
Giamo, uh-huh, yes.
Jamo. Okay. Please subscribe to your Jamo, Sir Jamo channel, and then I will put his YouTube channel link on the video description on this interview. And then I would like to say thank you also to everyone who are watching and who are still supporting to my channel. And that's all. And sir, thank you for your opinion and perspective and thoughts to answer my question. I really greatly appreciate it. And I am happy that you are granted my interview. So that's all, everyone. And God bless to us,
Mhm.
everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay, wait, sir.